The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go. Here we go.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Keith Smith, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
And now Newton not liking the play call. He's going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton.
He gets this one to Hubbard, complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Charles, Thursday night game. I would think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? It's who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Falcons are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
On 2nd down and 4.
Heineke.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He cannot hang on. It's 3rd down.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And he's going to be trapped inside his own 5. A very curious decision to bring that one out. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Another run here with Sanders. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Open here, Adam Thielen.
And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Panthers at 3-6 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visiting Panthers who came away with the victory in that one. So now they look to take the season series here at home in Charlotte.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
20. 8. Gun.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
And Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick 6, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about 18-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And this is taken in at the 5.
Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush, talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Third down, here's Patterson.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. The Falcons send out their punter. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Aku just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. That is caught by Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Corral to throw on 1st and 10.
That one complete. He finds Shark.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Play action, Corral.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Arnold Ebiketie
from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away.
Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta.
So on now is Johnny Hekker to punt this one away. And this one's high, but not very far. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here this first half. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Heineke to throw it.
Going up top for Miller. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the...
He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Corral sets up play action.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing again on second down.
Corral
toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And the Panthers are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Off play action. Here's Corral.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And did the offense get it back? They did at the 1-yard line. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. From the 10.
And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up.
Final play of the half here. Heineke.
Going deep this time for Miller. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Second half will start with a run by Patterson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Heineke. Slant route to Miller. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, they're just quicker than fast. They combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 3rd and 1, here's Heineke. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Heineke. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Again, Patterson.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Patterson.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Corral going to sneak it.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Johnny Hekker now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
They'll go again with Patterson.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
3rd and short yardage, Heineke.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Running right, here's Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Fakes a handoff. Now Corral to throw it. And Sharp pulls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A give running left, it's Sanders. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, Gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Chark, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
That's their first time getting to the quarterback. Sack number 1. And they had 5 last week, I remember.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the 2nd half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Heineke to throw for it on 4th down.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. So on 4th down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll go to the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Younghoe Koo, all eyes fixated on the kicker.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from long, very long range. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds.
Aku just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because